Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, Guyana wants unions to act in workers' best interests. Anti-Corruption Sensitization Seminar hosted in Region 2. Guyana, India strengthening ties through cooperation. And Pomeroon Supernam records several achievements. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. Daddy! Now for the details. The Guyana Sugar Corporation has dismissed claims that workers are not being paid severance and called out the unions for failing to act in the best interests of the sugar workers. Tiffany Rodius has more.
When dissolution operations began at Wales Estate, 389 workers were paid severance and another 350 were assigned to work at IFLOT. However, only 140 of the employees transferred to IFLOT have reported for duty, according to Industrial Relations Manager Deodat Suku. Recently, the Wales sugar workers have made complaints in the media about the non-payment of salaries, but Guy Suku is rebutting those claims.
Had those employees taken up their positions or their jobs at IFLOT between January and August, they would have worked for over $100 million. And so a lot of what is being, we would like to say, peddled in the media and in other spaces are not necessarily true as it relates to the corporation.
The Chief Industrial Relations Manager explained that those workers now run the risk of self-termination if they do not turn out to work.
If you don't work 3 crops and qualify, you're self-terminated. And if you stayed away for 2 consecutive crops without working, you're self-terminated.
Guysuco's Senior Communications Officer, Adriana Thomas, called out the unions for not working in the interest of workers.
More and more, we've seen labor representation taking second place to the unions' whole engagement with us. And that is creating a challenge as it relates to our engagement. We would like to engage the union and AGAU and all of the unions, specifically as it relates to labor representation, as well as on the business of sugar.
Guysuco is reorganizing its business model to become cash positive by 2020 as the sugar industry downsizes. Thomas said the unions must also reorganize their business models if the industry is to be successful again. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Anti-corruption is everybody's business, so says Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams. He was at the time addressing Region 2 residents during the opening of an anti-corruption seminar. Renetta LaFleur has the details.
At a sensitization seminar hosted at the Anna Regina Multilateral School, Minister Williams noted corruption is very prevalent in Guyana, hence the need to address it.
Corruption is not something overt. It is largely covert. And therefore, we recognize that we have to have a suite of bills to govern this regime. And that's where we have the whistleblower bill, which encourages you, employees, and not only public employees, but private employees. The bill covers both public and private employees. So feel free to come out and disclose.
The seminar saw 4 presentations providing overviews of 4 different bills. Speaking on the Protected Disclosures Whistleblower Bill, Renetta Sargent said its purpose is to aid in combating corruption and to encourage disclosures of improper conduct, both in the public and the private sector.
A protected disclosure under the bill is a disclosure of information by a person which shows or potentially shows that another person is committing, has committed, or is likely to commit an improper conduct. An improper conduct being any commission of a criminal offense, failure to carry out a legal obligation, conduct that is likely to threaten the health or safety of a person or the environment, or conduct that tends to show gross mismanagement, impropriety, or misconduct in the carrying out of any activity involving the use of public funds.
Other topics discussed dealt with the Witness Protection Bill 2017, State Assets Recovery Act 2017, and the State Assets Recovery Unit. Also sharing their views were Regional Chairman Devanad Ramdat, Regional Executive Officer Rupert Hopkinson, and Chief Parliamentary Counsel Charles Fungafat. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
Bilateral relations between Guyana and India continue to strengthen as the Indian government assists with developmental works locally. InfoHub's Gabriela Patram sat down with the High Commissioner of India to Guyana, V. Mahalingam.
The relations between Guyana and India are highly traditional and friendly. Irrespective of the party in power, we have been having best of best relations between us.
Indian High Commissioner to Guyana, V. Mahalingam, describing the relationship between the two nations.
One is the East Bank, East Coast Link Road, which is presently pegged at $50 million LOC, and the upgradation of 3 primary hospitals, which is of $17.5 million LOC project, and supply of pumps for $4 million, and supply of ferry, ocean going ferry, that is again $18 million of which $8 million will be grant. In addition to that, we are setting up a center of excellence in IT in University of Guyana. That's a fully funded grant project of $1 million.
Cooperation in the health sector continues, with pharmaceuticals being one of India's largest exports to Guyana, while the Asian superpower biggest imports are local forest and forest-based products. Guyana's Foreign Affairs Minister is expected to visit India in 2018 to discuss further areas of cooperation and further strengthen the relationship between the two countries. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
Today, we share Deborah Lowe's story. She is a breast cancer survivor. Delicia Haynes tells us more.
I'm a breast cancer survivor. I consider my experience as being a bittersweet one because I've seen both sides of the coin. Myself and husband was diagnosed in 2015 with cancer. I was diagnosed in January, he was diagnosed in March. Unfortunately, he passed away in November.
Following her husband's death, life became a daily struggle for Deborah even during her recovery phase. After receiving her diagnosis, Deborah was unsure of her chances of survival despite doctors' assurances.
I never really get the opportunity to know somebody that had cancer. And what I know about cancer is when you have cancer, you die, right? But then at first, when I was diagnosed, that is how I was thinking. But then when I went to the clinic, and the doctor explained to me what is it and I could survive, what I have to do. We start to accept it.
Having accepted the verdict, Deborah stated that she boldly walked her road to recovery with tremendous support from close family members. This support was credited with making the treatment and recovery process less distressing.
Well, everybody was surprised because the first thing they say, a small person like you, how come you get breast cancer? But they were very supportive. All my family and my husband's family, they're long distance. Everybody is abroad. But for my surgery, all my sisters were here.
As a survivor, Deborah now encourages other women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer to not be ashamed. She explained that each woman's story is unique and as such can serve as an encouragement to others to know their status and to don't give up. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Gabriela Patram now tells us that Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjitan wants citizens and the Guyana Police Force to foster a better relationship. The encouragement was made while the minister and his team visited Parfait Harmony.
The minister said that the aim is to build safer communities. This, he explained, can be done through collaboration between citizens and Guyana Police Force ranks.
In the communities, we know the earliest as to who beating up their women, who doing the wrong things, who selling the dope at the street corner, who doing all the mischief that then graduates them into robberies and burglaries and break and enters. You know the people better than the policeman know. But sometimes you just keep silent.
Residents were urged to share information with the police as constitutionally it is one of their fundamental rights.
It's the first duty of a citizen to learn to speak out and talk to the authorities as to who are the bad guys. Under the Constitution, there is a fundamental obligation of a civic duty to help in ensuring that we have a cleaner, more crime-reduced or crime-free society.
Residents were also encouraged to establish a community policing group to serve as the eyes and ears for the Guyana Police Force, as well as assist in the maintenance of law and order. The meeting between the Ministry of Public Security and the residents of Parfaith Harmony was part of an outreach to address issues of security, among others. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
As 2017 draws to a close, Pomeroon Supinam has recorded several notable achievements for the year. More in this report from Renetta Lafleur.
Region 2 Chairman Devanan Ramdat said even as works continue, there have been successes across all sectors in the region.
The Charity River Dam over time with climate change, it has eroded, it has sunken deeply, and so works are presently ongoing at Charity. We also have a number, in fact 2 areas that benefited from street lights along the main public road. And those communities are Dartmouth and within the Zorgenvleit to Abrams-Vale areas.
Additionally, works on the region's infrastructure and agriculture are moving apace.
Works have started to do some roads that were in very bad conditions, and those roads are Perseverance, the road leading into the estate. In the area of agriculture, the Good Hope relief structure, that work is over 90% completed. What that means, it will have us managing our water, which is very much important for irrigation of our fields and for agriculture generally.
Region 2 has seen its fair share of challenges. However, the regional chairman is hopeful that these will be addressed. Renetta Lafleur for InfoHub.
Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media.